Hello guys, and welcome back to another video. I am excited to just be sitting on my floor today, pulling out the camera and going over something that I think is way overdue. It has to do with the real estate market, as I'm sure you can see by the title, but I put up a Instagram poll or question the other day on my Instagram. And if you're not following me, you should follow me. I have two Instagrams. I have NicoleConnell.realtor and I have Nicole Connell with 3 L's because the one with 2 L's is taken by somebody who doesn't even use Instagram. It's just they took the username and has never posted anything, and I've been trying to get it and I just can't get it, which it's upsetting and it's a sore subject, so let's not talk about it. But I put the question up on my Instagram the other day and I said, or I asked, give your true and honest thoughts about today's real estate market, or a misconception, a belief, or an opinion. Because I really wanted to hear what you guys had to say. Now, not all of these came from just other realtors. These came from just other people who may be looking to purchase or sell in the future or are in the process of doing so. And I was just really curious to hear what you guys had to say and just kind of go over it and just talk about it, whether it be debunking the myth that you said or whether it be giving you some tips or some guidance. And I hope just you guys get some value from this, because that's just technically what I'm here for. So let's go ahead and dive into the first one, which is life changes are the only thing fueling the market. Now this one's interesting because if I really sat and thought about it, and I thought about where all my business came from this year so far. I have closed 10 to date, 4 listings currently right now. So, and I was thinking about where all of my business came from and if it was due to a life change. And honestly, it was, whether that be relationships forming or relationships breaking up or divorces or estate sales. It really came down to a big life change. And I feel like, thinking back at all of my other business too, that is one of the main reasons why real estate will never die, why real estate will always be a thing and it's always going to be moving, because there are always going to be life changes, always, no matter what. Whether that be, you know, the kids moving out and now you need to downsize, or you're growing a family and now you need to upsize, or job relocations, you need to move, or just the pure fact of people who may want to just cash out on investment properties, or just they bought their first home when the market was great and the values are a little bit lower, and now they're sitting on all this equity and now they just want to cash out on that equity and put it towards another house for maybe in a better location, or, you know, maybe a new construction, or maybe just something that better fits their needs. And I think life changes are always going to be the main reason why the market's always going to be moving and it's never going to be at a standstill. Real estate is going to never end and people are always going to need a house. They're always going to need to have somewhere to live. But then there's also the first time home buyers who there isn't any life change, but now they're at a stage where they've saved up enough money where they're now able to get pre-approved and now they're able to enjoy the home ownership feeling. Or you have the people who are renting and they're paying so much money for rent right now and they know that they can afford a house, or they know that they can essentially purchase a home for the same amount of money that they're renting right now. And so that's what I have to say about that comment right there. Now this is a good one because it's probably one of the most answers that I got, and now is a bad time to buy given high interest rates. Now this is funny because, let me ask, when is a good time to buy? And I'm sure nobody can generally answer that, because when is it? When a good time to buy for somebody may not be, for somebody may be a different time for somebody else. Now I worked with a lot of buyers when the interest rates were 2%. A lot of those buyers said, I don't want to buy in this market right now because the values are too high. They thought it was a bad market because the values are too high despite the interest rates being so low. Despite me telling them, right now, interest rates are an all-time low. These are not here to stay. It's not sustainable. They're going to go up, but values are not coming down. And did they believe me? Unfortunately not. And where are they now? They're sitting in a situation where now interest rates are high, values are high, and they're kicking themselves in the ass about not purchasing back a couple, 3 years ago when I was saying it was a great time to buy. However, now, yes, interest rates are a little bit higher. Values are still up there. They're not aggressively going up like they did when the interest rates were so low. Yes, we understand values are still there. However, with the interest rates being a little bit higher, with the values being at the top right now, it did alleviate a lot of that competition that was when the interest rates were lower. So now it's a little bit better for buyers to get into properties because you're able to secure those properties without a massive bidding war. Is there still bidding wars out there? Yes, 100% there are. However, I don't think they're as extreme as they were when the interest rates were 2, 3, 4%. So now I think it's the greatest time for you to secure that property, because when the interest rates do drop, it is going to be, I believe, chaotic, because everyone's so used to these 7% interest rates now that even if they get into the low 6s or high 5s, I think there's going to be so many more buyers that are starting to look on the market. The values are going to start going up again because people are going to have more buying power, which is what happened when the interest rates were at 2, 3%. And it's going to discourage a lot of buyers because they're going to be in that same position where they're going to be offering on multiple properties, over asking, having to come up with different terms and waiving conditions and contingencies in order to secure that property, right? There's always positives in different types of markets, whether it be a buyer's market, a seller's market, a neutral market. There's always pros and cons. So obviously what our job is to express the pros, but obviously outweigh the cons for you. So like I said, what I believe right now is a great time to get into a property because you can secure it if you're able to financially afford it. And then when the interest rates drop, then you're able to obviously refinance, because you're not going to always be stuck with this 30-year mortgage at that fixed interest rate. You're always going to find a time to refinance. And then you can secure a lower payment, and now you already beat out all that competition. We're not at a point where I think values are going to drop. We're not at a crash whatsoever, despite what some people may believe. So my thing is that the longer you wait, the more expensive it's going to get. So that's what I have to say about that. So here's another one. It's good if you want to sell, but also sucks if you want to buy. So this is another interesting one because yes, we are in a seller's market. There is no doubt about that, right? However, for somebody who's also buying, you're sitting on, I'm assuming, so much equity that you're gonna have to put towards that new home, which makes you a stronger buyer in the seller's eyes. So if you're coming in with maybe 20% down that you just gained through the equity of your house that you never would have had if the market didn't do what it did, to put down on that other home for you to offset that mortgage payment, because with an allotment of money where you can put down for your down payment, you can either buy down your interest rate or you just put it towards your principal so your loan amount is a little bit lower. Where sometimes buyers or first-time home buyers who don't have the equity are coming out of pocket with maybe a little bit less than you, and now their mortgage payment's a lot higher, or they're competing against people who have a higher down payment, and in that seller's eyes they think that they're a stronger buyer. So I think it's beneficial for somebody who is selling and buying because it puts you in a different bracket of a down payment, and for finance and for financial reasons, I think it helps you get your offers accepted. Obviously, the other side of it is that you have the contingency to sell. However, if you do it correctly, and I can't stress this enough, list your house, get your house under contract before you start putting in offers on purchase properties, because what's going to happen is you're going to come across a property that you absolutely love and you absolutely need. Because I have a lot of sellers who they want to find something before they list their home, which I understand that concept. However, you're putting an offer on a property that you absolutely love and you're like, this is going to be the property that I want to purchase if I sell my house. Great. Put the offer in. However, when that seller or that listing agent tells that seller that your house that it's contingent on selling to purchase is not currently on the market, then in the seller's eyes, it just prolongs the process. Where sometimes they'll even accept a lower offer for somebody who may not have a contingency to sell or has a contingency to sell, but they're already under contract, they already surpassed the appraisal and the home inspection, so now they were just waiting to get themselves under contract to get that closing date secured and just move forward, which could be typically a 30 to 45 day close. Whereas if your house isn't on the market, now you need to go through the whole listing process, and it's going to prolong the process for the seller. Of course, what I always tell my sellers is that you are always contingent on you finding suitable housing. So if you put your house up on the market, not only are you able to stay in that property until you purchase your own property, you would do a simultaneous close where you would sell the same time that you would buy. So pretty much just swapping the houses, and at least you know what exactly you're walking away with. Because if you're banking on the proceeds that you're getting from your house, don't you want to know exactly what you're walking away with? Because you may get more and you may be able to look at a higher price point, or you may get less and you may be looking at higher price points than you can actually afford. And the market's going to dictate that, and the only way you're going to find that out is if you go to the market, get yourself under contract, and go through the home inspection process and the appraisal process, because then you know you're locked in with the exact amount of proceeds that you're going to be walking away with. So here's another one. It's hard to find anything you want in the price range we're looking in. Finding something in your price range, depending on the price range, yes, can be very difficult. There's no doubt about that. Obviously, if you're looking in the medium price point here in Rhode Island, then you're looking where the majority of people are looking. So yes, things are going to move very, very, very quickly. And it may be difficult for you to find exactly what you're looking for. However, you need to make a needs and a wants list, because in this market, you're not going to get every single thing that you're looking for. You need to really narrow it down and be realistic with your price point based on what you're looking for, because it's not the market that it was 4, 5, 6 years ago. We're at a completely different market, so you need to be realistic with yourself, because it is going to get exhausting. It is going to you're going to feel defeated at times, and that's just kind of how it is. But that's why if you have a good realtor who's working by your side, you're going to know about these properties, one, maybe before they hit the market, or two, you're going to be able to get in them prior to them going under contract or prior to offers being due. Because if you're not, then your realtor obviously isn't being proactive with you. And the only way to, I guess, navigate this market or beat out this market is to be proactive and know what's coming to the market before it's coming to the market, or scheduling the appointments when they should be scheduled for, or going to the open houses when they are scheduled and knowing about the open houses. Because in this market, and this is what I do for my listings, is after a couple open houses, we're in a multiple offer situation. So if you miss out on that open house, sorry, but unfortunately you're probably missing out on ever even getting an offer in on the property. And it may be the house that had everything that you wanted and need. So I really just think that if you're working with the right person and being proactive enough and being extremely realistic with what you're looking for in your price range, then it's really not a extremely difficult market, and it's not impossible. Also, sometimes if you're working with the right people too, we can easily, such as myself, and this is, just throwing it out there for anybody looking in Rhode Island, I do have ways to find off-market properties for you. If you tell me where you're looking, what areas you want to be in, what neighborhood you want to be in within your price range, I will do everything in my power to get you as close to everything you want and need as possible. And I am very diligent, I am very proactive, and I am very hard at work, and my efforts are always 100% to get my clients and my buyers exactly what they're looking for, whether it be on the market or not. So you just really need to find the right realtor to work for you, and it will make it a stress-free and easy experience. So here's another good one. The best opportunities in any market come when the majority are scared, which I believe is 100% true, because when the majority is scared, a lot of people are just sitting on the sidelines waiting to see what's going to happen. But if you're proactive and you're out there, like I said before, the market's always going to be continuing to change, where when 3 years ago, the buyers and sellers that were scared to buy or sell then are now kicking themselves in the ass wishing that they did so back then. Obviously right now there's less buyer activity out there because they're scared of the interest rates. So if you're the ones that are looking and purchasing homes right now, when the interest rates drop, you're going to be in a great position. Great position. That's why I can't stress it enough that right now is still a good time to buy. This one I love. My belief is that this real estate market sucks, but I have the best realtor around. I was his realtor. Me. Like that one. And then here's another good one. Good agents will still be busy. People always need housing. And I've already said this in this video. the market's never going to stop. People always need housing. People are always in a position where they're able to afford housing. You have the first-time home buyers who want to enjoy home ownership. Changes are always going to happen, just like that other comment from the beginning of the video. So the good agents, yes, 100%, will keep grinding, will keep hustling, they'll keep selling, and they'll keep making money. And even despite of everything that's going on in the real estate world right now and how rules are changing, laws are changing, we adapt. Real estate agents have adapted many times, many times, and we're navigating and we're doing just fine. And as long as you can adapt and as long as you can just push through it and work towards it and just still realize or understand what your true value is and why you're actually in this business, you're gonna do just fine. That it's still going to be a very good real estate market despite everything that's going on. And I mean, I'm here for the long run. I love what I do. I wouldn't trade it for the world, to be honest with you. I could never imagine going back to a corporate job after being out of corporate for so long. I just absolutely love every single aspect about being a real estate agent. So yeah, that's really all I got. I don't want this video to be super long, and I have appointments to go to, but I did just want to get this video out there for you guys. I really hope you enjoyed it. If you have any comments, questions, anything that you want to say about what I just talked about in this video, let's go ahead and have a discussion down in the comments section. I answer to almost every single person, so let's go ahead and have a discussion about the real estate market and what you believe is going to happen in the next few years. But hope you guys really enjoyed this video, and I will see you in the next one.